So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. I just got on the road this morning and I'm headed to Ohio. We're going to Bennett Trailer Sales. If you remember a while back, I mentioned that I ordered a new trailer and it has arrived and we're going to pick it up. While I'm going over there, I'm taking my dump trailer with me and I'm going to leave it there. We're going to do some maintenance on it, some new tires, we'll check the brakes, just do a once over on it. But it has been a great trailer and I want to continue to take care of it. I sold my landscape trailer a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. I never used it, and I have that deck over trailer and it's leaving tomorrow. Now the deck over trailer has been good, but it doesn't do everything that I need. And you know, there's not one trailer for everything. If there was, there'd only be one type of trailer out there. But the one that I'm picking up, I think is going to be perfect for my needs. It's going to be very, very versatile. So we've had rain on and off for the last week or so, but today, tomorrow, and the next day look absolutely beautiful. So while things dry up this morning, I figured it'd be a good day to take a trip and get this trailer picked up. I'm hoping within a week or so, it's going to depend on the weather, that we get the road to nowhere completed. We're getting real close to being able to stone that road. I have one more culvert pipe to do, some cleanup, a couple small trees in the yard, but that's coming together pretty quick and it's going to be nice when it's done. I figured that's what I call it, the road to nowhere, because it really just goes out to the middle of the woods, but who knows, eventually we may change that name. All right, we are pulling into Bennett Trailer Sales. It was a uneventful ride over, which is good. Only about an hour and maybe an hour and 10 minutes from home. All right, we are at Bennett Trailer Sales, and I want to hear the story of how this all started. What's your story?
Well, I had another small business here that I really enjoyed, but was running out of customers, and I found that I could not make cold calls. I was not a good cold salesman, so I wanted to get into something that would bring people here.
And what year was this, do you think?
1978.
Okay.
And we also needed a livestock trailer, and I went down to Mort's in Mansfield and made a deal on a livestock trailer to use for our other business. And I happened to mention to him, do you have any dealers up around in Northeast Ohio? No, but if you buy 3 trailers, you could be a dealer. I said, let me think about that. I called him the next day and said, I want 2 more trailers besides the one I had ordered. And I was in the trailer business. And it went pretty well. Livestock trailers were not common then, and they were coming into popularity, and we sold a ton of them. And we dealt with Mort's since 1978. And then we picked up some other lines, and it's eventually Pat has taken over. I'm just a retired old guy now. I still do gopher work and grunt work once in a while, but not for very long. One of my pleasures is having guys like Mike Morgan here. He's just a fantastic guy.
You watch our channel, right?
Never saw it before in my life. I've watched Mike for a lot of years. Every one. Don't miss any.
Oh,
it's great.
That. So since 78 is when you got started?
78, yeah.
How many trailers do you think you guys sell in a year on average? Ballpark.
Oh, I better not say because it won't be accurate. But when we started, I thought if we could sell 3 a month, we'd be a nice sideline. But it grew from there. So
yeah.
Sometimes we did have 17 trailers go out in one day a few years ago.
Wow.
But that's rare.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have Pat give us a once-over on the new trailer, which it looks fantastic. All right, so this is Pat, and that's a heck of a trailer right there.
Yep.
You want to go over some of the features? That way I can go back to this video and remember everything.
Sure.
So tell me about it.
This one's 22 feet of deck total. It's, so I got to think, it's 5.5 foot of beaver tail, and 16.5 foot of flat deck to make 22 foot total. So the last 5.5 feet just drops right to the ground hydraulically, so no ramps. It's got two 7,000-pound axles. We ordered it with the 14-ply tire upgrade, so it's got heavy tires. And then it has the fender toolbox, as they call it, where you have some storage in the fender.
And so you could put your binders right down in there.
The idea is you put the handle of your ratcheting binder in there, and 2 binders will fit, and then you have room for 2 chains, so that basically you can do 2 chains and binders on each side, 4 of them to tie the machine down. This trailer has a toolbox on the front, but most of the toolbox is used up by the pump and the battery for the hydraulic tail and the hydraulic jack, so there's not a lot of storage up front, a little bit. So this helps make up for that. You put a couple straps in the front and then your chains in there.
Do you have to release anything in the back here?
No, the button on the remote, there's an up and a down, and you just put it down. It's self-latching when it comes up. There's a cam that drops over, kind of flips over center, so that if you cut a hydraulic line or something happens, it won't drop when it's in the up position until you hit the down button.
And then up here in the front, I wasn't too sure about this, but I thought, I don't need this.
This is, I think it's one of the greatest things ever on a trailer. If I hit the right button. Hydraulic jack. It'll pick the truck up off the ground if it needs to. Not that you should, but if you got in a bind and you needed to pick the truck up, it's strong enough to do it.
Right. Wow. And then this is real nice.
Yeah, that's a 110 charger. It's built in underneath here is the pump and the battery, and the charger's in there. So all you have to do is come out with an extension cord and plug it right into that. You don't even have to open the box to get to anything.
So the truck, we get charged off the truck.
Right, it will charge from the truck. This one, we have a solar charger, so it will charge a little bit just sitting outside all day. But if you ever get it low or it's sitting indoors, you can plug it into the 110 and it'll automatically charge it.
Yeah, and say you're using it a whole bunch, moving stuff around.
Yeah.
You can always just plug it right in and charge it right back up.
Yeah.
Really, really nice trailer, though. Really. So I didn't realize Mort's is the first line that you guys had from the beginning. Yeah,
first trailer my dad ever sold. So we've been a dealer for 46 years.
How long have you worked here? You run the place now.
Yeah. Basically, I went to college for 1 year. So from 19 years old, which that's a long time ago, 33 years ago is when I started full time.
Sounds like you had the same college experience as me.
1 year was enough. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I was at too.
Yeah, that was all I wanted.
My problem is if it doesn't interest me, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. This has a winch mount. A winch can bolt right on here. That's a spare tire mount if you ever want to put a spare on there.
Yeah.
And then of course it already has a battery, so putting a winch on is pretty easy. You can run it off the same battery.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Very, very nice. There's a lot of unanswered questions that I'm going to find out. So I think this trailer is going to be perfect for what I need. But a few things, like I was wondering if I can run a 0-turn up over it and stuff. I'm going to figure all that out when I get home with it. We'll do some testing with it, but really nice. I love the gray too. Yeah, you kind of inadvertently talked me into the gray. You did.
Well, you mentioned red, and I knew it wasn't the same color red as your truck, so I didn't think it was a good idea. So
yeah, this looks really.
I'm glad you got gray.
Yeah. Really good, man. Well, I appreciate it.
All right.
And
Thank you.
Anyone needs a trailer? What all types of trailers do you sell? About everything.
Almost everything. Yeah, cargo trailers, equipment trailers, goosenecks, utility trailers. You know, all the usual stuff.
Trailers.
Lots of dump trailers. I shouldn't forget that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put a link to your guys' website in the description if anyone's looking for something. But you're very knowledgeable. I remember when I first found you, that's what I liked. You're able to kind of you get to know what people need, and you can kind of lead them in the right direction, because there's not one perfect trailer for everything.
That is true.
You try to get the closest to what you need, and, and also you need to be able to grow into it a little bit as well, because things change.
Yep,
you know?
That's right.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, I got home a couple hours ago, got into a few other things, but let's take a look at this trailer. It's a Mort's ELH HT. The HT stands for hydraulic tail. It's 22 feet long. That's the deck. But we have 16.5 feet here and another 5.5 feet for the hydraulic tail. So there's no ramps needed. I'll show you how this works. So Pat mentioned over there, you know, this is the toolbox right here, little solar panel on here, and you can also plug an extension cord in right here. Plus it charges off the truck. But there's not a ton of storage in here because the battery, all the hydraulics are underneath this. And by the way, with every Mort's trailer, you get a Bible. Very nice touch. So, the hydraulic tail, you can control with this, or this remote right here that you can put on your keychain. All you do is push and hold the down button. It's ready to go. Now the approach angle on this is not near as steep as my deck over trailer, but it's a little steeper than a regular tilt trailer. I think we're going to try loading the zero turn mower first. Now that's something that I'm not going to have to move very often, but if I do, I want to see how it reacts at this breakover point right here, if the deck hits or not. So if it looks like it's going to hit, what's the solution for that? I can't really tell from here, so what I'm going to do is just raise the hydraulic tail. So we got the zero turn on. I couldn't tell if the deck was going to hit or not. I think it was pretty close. So I just raised up the hydraulic tail, ran it on up to the front. Let's go get the LX tractor and we'll load that up as well. Now I'm not sure if I have enough length for the LX and the land plane. Definitely the tractor, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull it up on two and we'll see how that goes. So I'm definitely sticking out the back quite a bit with the land plane on, but I could pull ahead the tractor another 6-8 inches and the zero turn about the same. I think I'd probably be okay hauling both of these if I had like the box blade on instead of the land plane, but not very often. Actually, I don't think I would ever be hauling the zero turn and the LX, but I just wanted to try it out. I think I may get a winch for this as well. It already has the mount for it. Wouldn't do it right now because the trailer is still brand new, but I envision, you know, if you had a winch right here, backing up to a big log somewhere, you could winch that thing right on this trailer, no problem at all. That would work really well for that. The distance between fenders, you're looking at about 81.5 inches. Now, like my 6-foot land plane, let's see how wide it is. I know I just said 6 feet, but I don't know if that's inside or outside. 78 inches. So, yeah, even if you wanted to back this on, it would fit between the fenders. We showed you the toolboxes earlier, which are really, really nice. Put your binders right down in there. Chains, you can put 2 binders in each side. A couple chains, some straps. There are tie downs literally everywhere, even inside here. You can see all along the side, even has a nice step there. Really, really well thought out. Now this is really cool. See those 2 pieces of channel down there? Say you want to take the LX tractor and the grapple, and then you think, you know, I'd like to take the forks as well. You can just slide your forks right in there, strap it from there to there. They'll stay nice and secure, and they don't take up any room on the deck here. LED lighting all the way around. It's just super. So like I said earlier, there is no one size fits all when it comes to trailers. So like I said earlier, there is not one trailer that's perfect for all your needs. I'm trying to get as close as I can to that trailer though with this one right here. Now my deck over trailer that I sold, it's leaving here tomorrow. This is a 20-foot deck. Well, it's 16 feet and then 4 foot a beaver tail. All right, but it's 20-foot trailer. Advantage of the deck over is you've got this nice wide flat deck. I told you on the new one, it's 81.5 between the fenders. This trailer is 8 feet, okay? So that's really nice. Disadvantage to the deck over, it's higher, obviously, because it's a deck over the axles. The ramps on this one, I imagine you could do something with it, but as it currently sits, when you put the ramps closest to the, you know, move them into the center, and you load, like, say, the LX on it, you only have about half a tire on each ramp. Deck overs are great for, you know, loading things with forks like pallets or anything like that. There's no sides on it, so you can come in here from any side at the front or the back with a set of forks and load something on the deck over. That's what I like about a deck over trailer. Now with the new one, I still have in front of this fender, got almost 9 feet. Yeah, I got about 9 feet right here, a flat deck. So if I wanted to load some pallets, some IBC totes, anything like that, I can still do that in this whole front section of trailer, and even here in the back. Now, not having to crank this down and having a hydraulic jack, it's one of those things where you don't really think you need it until you have it, and then you wouldn't do without it. You know what I'm saying? Boom. How nice is that? I know there's a lot more that I probably want to mention about this trailer, so I'm going to go cut some grass right now. I'll think about it overnight and I'll report back in the morning, but so far I'm in love. Really am. This is going to be just super. right, so late yesterday, Fidel came over from Penn Fencing and installed the new gate, and it is just perfect. Originally, we were going to go with the 16-footer in here, but we ended up making it 18 feet, and it worked out perfectly. Show you what it looks like once it's open. It really opens things up, and as you can see, since it's 18 feet wide, we've got plenty of room on both sides. We had to make it a little bit bigger because the fence is not perpendicular to the road. It kind of sits like this. But yeah, I'm really excited. We're about a week and a half, depending on the weather, about a week and a half away from a ribbon cutting ceremony here on the road to nowhere. That's what I'm going to call it. Because it really doesn't go anywhere. It just goes out in the middle of the woods. But I was telling Melissa the other day, it's almost like we got another piece of property, because we will be able to access that area out there year-round now, which we couldn't do before. So that's good. And I'd like to get started here in the yard. I've got a couple small trees to take down, but I'm going to have to wait until everything else is ready for stone, because I don't want to make a mess out here and have it rain. And so that's what we'll do. We'll wait till the road is all ready for stone. Levi already trimmed some of these branches. I got to take that little cherry tree down right there. So the road will go around this nice oak tree here, but it's right on the edge as well. It's going to come right through here, right out to the clearing. It's going to be perfect. You know, I wasn't going to do this, but I think we're going to walk all the way out and see if the food plot is starting to grow. It should be. I think the clover comes up in a couple days, and we had rain probably 5 days ago. Yeah, that was the first it rained since we seeded it. So we're going to take a hike out there. Hopefully we see a little green haze. Oh yeah, she's coming up good. It's gonna be nice. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow. I'd say about 2 weeks. This thing's gonna look a whole lot different. It's coming up good. You know, looking at this from back here, I really like how this worked out. I left that maple out there. It's kind of out in the clearing a little bit. And you got this maple right here. Nice red oak right there. This spot right here, that's where that topsoil was. But this is kind of back in, you know, back in a little bit. This would make a nice spot for something. Just not sure what yet. But anyway, let's go back. We started this video talking about a new trailer. That's where we're gonna go finish it up at. So back to the Mort's trailer, 22-foot hydraulic tail. I'm saying I got rid of 2 good trailers to get 1 great trailer. I think this is gonna be perfect for what I need. So when I was over there at Bennett's Trailer Sales, Pat reminded me I bought my dump trailer 4.5 years ago. I thought it was like 2, maybe 3 years at the most, but it was 4.5 years. It's crazy how fast time flies. But I expect this new one to hold up as well as it has. It's been a great trailer. And so is Bennett Trailer Sales. I highly recommend them. If you notice on our channel, if you see a business or friends or whatever, they're just good people. You know, like Plumber Jim, Bennett Trailer Sales. The newest is Wild Miller Tree Service, Concrete with the Hosses. All these places, Penn Fencing, who did our fence, and the new gate. All good companies, good people that work for them. They do nice work. It's hard to find and it has taken me years to find all these companies and people for when I need something. And like I said, I highly recommend all of them. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.